Okay, welcome. Today we're going to go over what is the writing process. So the writing process, in a nutshell, is just a set of thinking processes or steps that you can follow when you're writing. And it helps to make writing easier, and it definitely lifts the quality of the end piece that you create so that you can get your writing done more quickly, and what you'll get is higher quality. So today we're going to look at how a student might have used the writing process to create this piece that you're looking at. This is an exemplar, and it was written by a child who used the thinking processes that I'm about to walk you through. A way that you can remember and bundle together all of these thinking processes so that you can use them on your own in the future is to remember the word power, or power, based on how it's spelled here. Okay, so basically the writing process has 5 thinking strategies or thinking processes that writers move through in a fluid way, recursively, sometimes moving forward, then sometimes going back and redoing a prior strategy or step. And these thinking processes are that first you plan by pulling apart the task and picking ideas, then you organize your ideas, then you write, revise, and edit. So we'll go over each of these. First, you want to pull apart the prompt or the task. And you would do that with a trick called do what. So do what is a strategy that you use that helps you understand what the prompt is really asking of you. So the do would be the verb. So our prompt right now is describe the traits of the lion. So the do, the verb, would be describe. After you've got that, then you do the what. What is it that you're going to describe? And that would be the lion's traits. So again, do what? Sometimes we snap it out. The do is describe, and the what is what we're describing. So in this case, it would be the lion's traits. Next, after you've pulled apart the prompt, the second part of the P is to pick your ideas. So in this example, you can see that the writer is picking ideas about the lion and about the lion's traits. So the lion was patient, and then maybe an example of that was that when the mouse was running up and down the lion, he didn't get angry. So I might mark that up in my text and then just put a quick note on what the big idea is. The lion was also forgiving. Again, I'll find an example from my text, and then I'll kind of refer to it in what I'm writing. So that's pick my ideas. So after the first 2 P's, pull apart the prompt or the task with do what, then you pick your ideas. Next, you organize those ideas. You take the ideas you picked and now you sift through. This is sometimes the hardest part because you have to make decisions. You have to decide which traits am I going to use, and am I going to add more information at this point? What order am I going to put them in? So as a way to help you organize, you can use TIDE. A lot of kids write T-I-D, I-D-I-D-E. You can write this in many different ways, but basically what you're going to include in any paragraph or any essay is a topic, information, detailed analysis, and an ending. So the topic here is the lion's traits. And the information would be, for the first one, we're going to write about how he was forgiving. And give an example of that. He wasn't angry at the mouse. He kind of let the mouse go. That's my information. And again, I would highlight that in my text where that happens. So when I refer back, I'll see that. Then we show our own thinking. And we talk about the meaning of this. Why is letting the mouse go showing forgiveness? Well, it shows he's not angry. So we go on and we come up with another trait, maybe grateful, give an example of that, and then analyze it. And eventually we complete the whole planner. And now we're ready to write. So this is what comes next. We write, and then we revise and edit. So we want to have our text on hand, and we want to have our list of ideas, but most important, we want to have the organizer on hand. And now we begin actually writing our piece. And we're looking closely at our organizer as we write our piece. The organizer is our guide. We didn't just write that to organize our thoughts. We also wrote that so that it would be an active tool that we can refer back to over and over while we're writing. then we also want to have the text on hand in case we want to lift a quote or look back for maybe some better information. Most importantly is what you just saw, the check off. After you have used an idea, you definitely want to check off your organizer, just so that you keep track of where you are, what you've used, and make sure that you are, in fact, using your organizer. So in the end, you can see that this writer is continuing to check off the list of ideas while writing, going back and checking off each one. Now, after you have written your piece, you picked your ideas, pulled apart the prompt, then you organize, then you write. The last step is to revise. And revision is where you might go in and make some word changes to bring in some stronger language, change stay to remain. Then you might even add a detail. The mouse helped the lion get free by gnawing through the rope. And then finally, you'll look to see, are there any missing periods or capitals and punctuation? So in this case, we needed some punctuation. And that is your revise and edit. Again, this is the writing process. These are the thinking processes that writers draw from when they write. It's very helpful to you because you can take yourself through the whole writing process with these, and you won't need somebody else to be guiding you as you go.